What is up, everybody? My name is Tonny and I'm here with another Warframe guide video. In this video we will be looking at the Railjack 3.0. So in this video we will be going over some builds you guys can use in Railjack even though the enemies are really weak. These builds are made just for you alone, so this will not be used by your crewmates because of the Plexus, which is basically a personalized thing for you and you alone. So let's say you have a hyper strike here and a ally does not have a hyper strike. Well, only you get to use this type of benefit while the ally or your crewmates will not. So keep in mind about that when you guys are using builds like this. But let's take a good look at what I have here, just for those that's curious on what I got. So I got the executive shield array here, Mark III of course, pretty nice with the Railjack damage increased by 25% when shields are depleted. Radar engines, boost speeds increased by 50% when shields are depleted, so that's really nice. And the lava plating, which I just found, I don't really care if I get a better one or not, because most of the time the shields will go down regardless, so it doesn't really matter to me that much. When it comes to using the reactors on your ship, it depends on what you guys are going for. In my opinion, it's best to have range and duration because the guns actually one-shot the enemies regardless. I will show you guys a demonstration of my builds later on in the video. So many people don't really use the cryophon here at all, but for me, I think it's pretty nice. I like to have that little shotgun aspect there, but there are better weapons obviously. It's up to you guys what you guys want. I do have spare blueprints here that I could use, or weapons that I could actually craft to use, but for now I'm pretty satisfied with the cryophon. Now the Executive Cockroach looks actually really nice with this. With that fire rate of 60%, you pretty much will destroy everything and anything. When it comes to the missiles, you guys can use whatever you guys want, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so here is the juicy bit of the video here, and that is the builds. Now I do have 3 builds: Anti-Corpus, Anti-Grenier, and General. Now the general part is basically, well, if you guys don't really want to have these type of builds right here, you guys can just use this and you guys should be fine. Now let's go over the mods here. So obviously I have the Onslaught Matrix, which is a must have here. Definitely a must have. I think this is like the best OR mod because if you guys are up against enemies and you guys 100% hull, not the shields but the hull itself is 100%, you guys will have 15% more extra turret damage, which is really nice. And this OR actually affects, or should affect, every single crewmate. So when it comes to these mods, it does not affect the crewmates or your teammates. You guys don't need to have the Rebel Reducer, but for me it's pretty nice since I do repairs remotely most of the time, and I do have a maxed out Intrusion 6 as well. This is a, like, come on, you gotta have this. I mean, it's conic nozzle, you get 25% speed. The cruising speed of this is not really required, but it does have that really nice boost to it, so I do like this. You guys can replace it with whatever you guys want though. When it comes to Predator, that's a must have. Section density, you gotta have that. Crimson Fugue, I think that's what it's called. You gotta have this. You guys must have this. This actually helps you guys one-shot most enemies. It's pretty much self-explanatory that you guys gotta have this. And same thing with Iron Burn. You guys don't really need to have this, but I think it's really nice to have it as well. That's the general build here. When it comes to the battle part of this, you guys can use whatever you guys want. In my opinion, Void Hole for CC, Particle Ram for just whatever, and then Munition Vortex is like whatever as well. I don't really use these two, but I use Void Hole just for the CC, and I use my Seekers or my missiles to one-shot the enemies. When it comes to tactical, I think these 3 is the must-have in my opinion because 1, Battle Forge to reduce forge cooldown, so that way you guys can keep crafting. Battle Stations must, well, you don't really use this that much since your turrets will pretty much one-shot regardless, as well as having no other slots left in here. I think it's pretty nice just to keep that in there. When you guys are using Form Up, now you guys might be wondering why Form Up. Well, first of all, if you guys are doing missions and your crewmate does not have the Omni tool to teleport back to the Railjack, you guys can literally force everybody to go back to the Railjack no matter what they're doing. So this is really nice. So Anti-Grenier is a little bit different than my first build. I do have forward artillery here, which is not really needed, but might as well use it because they do have armor. And secondly would be the Worm's Torment. I'm not really a big fan of mods or faction mods like this, but in this scenario, let's go ahead and have that as well. Anti-Corpus is a little bit different than my second build. I do have Wave Band Disruptor, 41% chance for turrets, critical hits to ignore enemy shields, so you can have a chance to one-shot them. And I do have the Granum's Nemesis. Battles and the tacticals for both the Grenier and Corpus build are pretty much the same thing. That is it for this video. If you guys do enjoy this video, give it a like. Subscribe to support my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, you guys, peace out.